What's going on, everyone? Gilman with LaVolte back with our daily Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple traded throughout the day. And in today's case, we're going to take a look at what happened during the Apple event and some things that they launched and what the future for the Apple stock could look like. So real quick, if you enjoy these, hit that like button down below, hit the red subscribe button. It really helps me out as I'm trying to grow the channel, and comment down below what you think the future for Apple could look like, or what you think of the Apple event and whatever Apple sort of released today. So wasting no time getting right into it, let me hit the one-day chart, and what we'll see here is that, not a great day for Apple. We're down $3.30 and 2.65%, up a little after hours, but that sort of varies, so it doesn't matter too much. Now this isn't great news, right, for Apple, but if you saw my video yesterday, I said it over and over again, we're up over 6%, almost 7% yesterday, and so there's probably going to be some profit taking either leading up to the event or right after the event. Now, that's exactly sort of what happened. So taking a look at today's chart, we opened in the 125s. Immediately we saw a sell-off, and this was kind of scary. I thought we would have the sell-off kind of after the fact, after the event was already over. We saw a decent sell-off from 125s to 139. If I were to, let's see if I can maybe draw a trend line here, and just to see kind of the percent. Oh, it's right there. So we lost 3% ish right off the bat, and then we pushed up, tested VWAP, couldn't break it, but then broke it shortly after, tested it again, held it, went up. Now at this point we were up almost to kind of where we started, right, in 125.39, which we didn't hold for a while, by the way, but we pushed back up in the 124s as I expected us to do, as in like kind of go sideways into the event. But then if I were to go drawing again and to go from this point, right, where we almost made it to the 125.39 as the opening price for the day, and then that fall, that was another 3% fall. So first 3% fall here, and then another 3% fall there. And throughout the course of the day, right, we're making lower highs and lower lows. So here's our low for the day. When we went high again, here we made a lower high than the open, right? Then we made a lower low, then this point was a lower high, and then this last point, and then this was lower than this point. So every time we changed directions, we would go at a lower high, but if we went down, we'd go to a lower low, which is not a good overall trend for the day. But I did, again, I want to go back to yesterday's video, and feel free to watch it. I mentioned that, if we go up this much in a day, as much as we had yesterday, there is sure to be some profit taking in the short term. So then we have the event starting at 13, which is 1 o'clock, and we saw a little bit of a sell-off, or excuse me, 12 o'clock, and then we saw a little bit of a sell-off and then a push-up when they talked about the iPhone, I think, or sometime during the event, and then right after that, we saw the sell-off, and that time, again, we went lower than this 120s point. We came back up just a little bit, and then we were almost at the VWAP. I thought we were going to test the VWAP. We didn't. We turned around a little bit before the VWAP and went right back down and closed in the 121. So overall, not a super great day for Apple. But again, I want to emphasize that we talked about this yesterday. It went up 6% in a day, and we sort of knew that there was going to be some short-term profit taking, so nothing to really freak out about, right? It was something that we sort of predicted, if you will, and hopefully some of you were able to take advantage of the huge movements today, whether you stocked up or got some stock, or whether you bought some calls or puts and were able to profit on those. Now, one thing that I do want to show you guys is this is the 5-day chart, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of last week, Monday, Tuesday of this week. And if we take a look here, right, the low point for today was exactly where we sort of gapped up to on Monday. So we went back, right, all the gains that we sort of made yesterday, other than the gap up, we went kind of exactly to that point, and then we pushed back up again, right? So again, a support point is something you bounce off of, and a resistance point is something that when you're approaching, you come right back down. So one thing to sort of just realize here is that held up as good support. Whether or not it holds again depends on kind of the momentum we're going with. So personally, I think if we open up sideways or lower tomorrow, there is this huge gap that I think we could potentially fill. Not saying we are going to fill it, I'm just saying if we open up sideways or lower, it would be a cause of concern for me to sort of fill that gap. Is something we could see going down to the high 116s, 117. if we were to open up higher, again, there could be some profit taking, right? There could be some people who maybe bought in last week, late last week, and they're up decently, or maybe people who bought the dip today that want to sell tomorrow if it gaps up, and so we could see some profit taking tomorrow. Those two are reasons why I personally think short term we see some profit taking. Now, the excitement around the iPhone could be the reason that Apple goes higher, right? I'm not saying Apple's not going higher. Pre-orders start in a couple days. It's exciting. I've talked about this over and over again. We're going to take a look at the iPhone itself shortly, but I've talked about this over and over again of the concept of, we are going to go up in the long term, right? I have no doubt. I'm long in Apple. I think it's going to go up long term, but what I'm trying to share with you guys is how does it sort of impact Apple short term? The other thing that I sort of want to talk about is, actually, let's take a look at the iPhone first, and then we can talk about it now. As expected, the high-speed event, we got the iPhone 12 Pro. In terms of the phone itself, we got the 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, and then I think there was like a 12 mini, if I'm not mistaken. Or not, I thought I read something about that, but I can look at that later. But kind of just looking at some of the specs, 5G, which is something that we've wanted because it could be the reason that a lot of people upgrade, and they've got all the all new design, but really they just went back to like I think it was iPhone 5 maybe, with the little, or 4 for sure, I think. Yeah, 4 and 5 I think had this design. Ceramic shield, so it's a bit stronger if you drop it. The new chip and a camera, right? So stuff they say every year, right? Our chip is 40% faster, our cameras are, this much better. Not really a reason that a lot of people upgrade. I know personally I haven't upgraded for I think 2 or 3 years now because I don't see the need to upgrade. But with a 5G phone, it could be a reason that people kind of go and upgrade because it's actually something that is functionally different, right? Not a better camera or a better screen. I think they do come with a OLED screen, which is great now. So yeah, I think the 5G here is sort of the revolutionary thing. Not necessarily that Apple's the first to do it, but the fact that Apple did it might cause a lot of people to upgrade, which is awesome. Now, what does that mean, right? So in a couple of days pre-orders start, and I think that could push it up. But one thing that I do want to mention, and I've mentioned this over and over again, is we had these short-term catalysts to look at, right? We had the Apple event today, and we have Amazon's Prime Day. Apple's event is now done, right? There's still excitement around the pre-orders and, us seeing earnings soon and us seeing kind of how the holiday season plays out. But in terms of an event that, the stock can sort of run up to is done. Amazon's Prime Day is today and I think tomorrow, so that's going to be done too. So what our focus is going to come back to is the stimulus bills and then the vaccine news. Stimulus, if there is a stall, we could see a little bit of a sell-off. We could see some uncertainty. NASDAQ, S&P, they're all coming up against, all-time highs, which could act as resistance points. And then for the vaccines, right, I think if we hear great news, which I think hopefully we will with Pfizer or Moderna, could push the stocks up, especially the general market, right? Like tech stocks have done well, but the market hasn't really. So those depressed sectors like airlines and cruises and hotels and entertainment and restaurants could see a bump, right, causing overall optimism in the market. But yeah, those two things, so stimulus and vaccine, could really be what drive the next couple of weeks. So be on the lookout for that. Always trade small, trade safe. Hope you guys are all having a green week so far and staying profitable. But yeah, that's all I had for you today. So I think it depends on how we open up tomorrow. If we open up down, there is this huge gap to fill, and we're not too far from that point. We're about $1 away. If we open up a little bit higher, there's a chance of profit taking. So those are just things to be kind of aware of. I don't think Apple really, I'm not saying it's about to crash or anything, but I'm just kind of giving you guys what could happen. And neither of those two scenarios can happen. We can open up and keep going if we have some good news, right? If we have enough momentum. But I'm trying to just prep us for all scenarios. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. If there's anything you don't understand in my videos, right? Like I'll take a look at the EMAs, for example. which I haven't done today. Actually, I probably should. But if we take a look at this, uptrending generally, right? Still, even with this huge red candle, we're still kind of in this uptrending channel. The AEMA comes in at 118, which I think could hold as support. But again, if we go to fill that gap, then maybe, we'll kind of see if that AEMA holds. So if we do start filling the gap, watch out for this AEMA coming in at 117.98, because that could hold as support. And then the 21 EMA will be 116, 115.95. So those could be support points. But again, if we go to fill the gap, kind of be mindful of that as well, and not that necessarily the EMAs will hold. And then the moving average lines, the 50-day moving average is down at 116.48, which I think can also be a support, which if we take a look at the 5-day chart, we are going to go down to the high 116. So that could be support, and the fact that we filled the gap could be support as well. So we do have support around that level. Not saying we're going to fill the gap, but just in case we do. But what I was going to say before I realized I hadn't done the EMAs for today was, if there's something that you don't understand that I talk about, or maybe it's too technical, drop it in the comment section below. I'd love to explain it to you. I'm learning each and every day as I take a look at the stock market. So, my goal is to kind of share that knowledge with you guys, and as I grow, hopefully we can all learn and grow. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these videos. I try to do them daily, and hope you guys are all having an amazing week so far. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.